Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Hello, Morgrim and Atlam. How we doing, fam? Yes, I called you fam. Get over it. Perfection. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Ginger Power 24 hour. How you doing? We're getting viewers from all over the place here. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We got people from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all present at the moment. Shout out if you're let's hear it if you're from a different platform. If you're from Twitch, let's raise a hands if you're from Twitch. Hey, Cauldron, how you doing? I like that name, by the way. Perfect. Clever. Okay. Now, if you are on Twitter, raise your hands. Twitter, raise your hands, people. How about YouTube? YouTube represent. Raise your hands if you're on YouTube. I'm gonna refresh the stream feed on one side because it is a little laggy. Definitely not reading Twitch correctly. That's showing one viewer, which makes 0 sense. Doing some last moment checks here. My DA crashed, but we're back. Hey, Cauldron, I'm still glad you're here either way. I'm glad you're here either way. You can jump the gun as much as you want, especially when it comes to waving, saying hello, representing YouTube. Okay, so do we have any Facebook people here by chance? Facebook. How about we'll wait a moment on Facebook. All right. Of course, my camera isn't working. This is always happening lately. Excuse me. Oh, there I am. Hey. Thought I was a ghost for a moment. Welcome, one and all, to Mapmaker Monday. My name is Mac. I am the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. Dungeon Alchemist is an AI-powered map-making utility available on Steam. Allows you to build maps in a snap, or roll up your sleeves and build maps that are very intricate and detailed by hand. So you got the best of both worlds. You can use our very cool in-house procedural AI to generate rooms and environments and mere moments, or you can spend months like I have making this map. Our current project for Mapmaker Monday is what you see in front of you. It is the Dam Challenge Gallery. This has been an ongoing build every Monday for the last like 2-3 months, minus a couple weeks for like holidays and different things going on. But essentially what this is a living tribute gallery to the various winners of past dam challenges. Every other Saturday, we host a map-making contest on Twitch and our Discord called the Dam Challenge. As some of you may know, when you save a map in Dungeon Alchemist, it saves as a .dam file. So we kind of have fun with that. That stands for Dungeon Alchemist map, by the way. But we have dam streams, dam challenges, etc. So moving on with that. The Dam Challenge is just a fun, friendly competition between community members. Allows them to flex their mapmaker muscle and show off their skills. So up to date, I think we've had, let's see how many winners. 46 winners, people. 46 winners. And each of these rooms represents a different winner. So, and inside the room are images from the map, a top-down of the map, and cool little props that you would find on the map. Hey, I just want to confirm, is the stream feed coming through good? Is the audio coming through good? Is the music coming through good? Because since we've gone live, everything's kind of gone silent in chat, and I just want to make sure that we're all still connected. Hey, Ron, welcome back. How are you doing, my friend? Perfect. Sometimes when it gets silent, I feel like I'm the last person on the planet and I'm just talking to myself and I didn't realize it yet. I'm just kidding. It's just I'm sitting in this room, I've got headphones on, it gets really quiet, and then I'm like, okay, something might be wrong. I've been streaming so long, my streamer senses tingle after a while. So Siege is our next dam challenge, by the way. So if you want to participate in that map making contest, using Siege as inspiration, make a map of any shape or size and submit it to the Dam Challenge channel in our Discord using the rules pinned at the top. Basically, there's some rules pinned at the top of the Dam Challenge channel that tell you what you need to do to correctly enter. The rules aren't very intense. For the most part, you can make the map any shape or size, and it's a loose interpretation of Siege, whatever you want. Anyway, how was everyone's weekend? It's Monday. Obviously, we're starting the week off right with some Mapmaker Monday. Probably your favorite day of the week, am I right? Kind of moving back into the build here. We are on the last row of rooms. So that's it. And since there's 46, wait a second, no way. I gotta make sure I didn't miss any. Okay. There are 8 per row, right? And there are 1. Was it 56? What? No, I don't even know how many I have. It's way too early for me. I'm still on my first coffee. Yeah, it's 56. There's 56 rooms? I'm so confused. No, that's not it. It's 8 times 6, not 8 times 7. So 48 rooms. And... okay, according to this... no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, this is why I'm confused right now. This is what I'm looking at. It says there are 46 rooms, right? I have 4 left. That means I'm at 44, right? Wouldn't that mean I only have 4 rooms left? Something's wrong. I missed one. Or I did one twice? That's no bueno. I need to investigate my math right now. So we basically do a damn challenge every 2 weeks, but early on it used to be weekly. And so we changed it because people were getting burnt out doing it weekly. So but there was like a ton early on, and now not so much. It's every other week. Okay, so I'm just gonna, where'd that tab go? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Okay, it is 46. And oh man. Okay, that means I have 6 left, and I don't know what the other 2 are. Did I do these 2? I'm pretty sure I did. Well, now I'm stressed out. Who did I miss? Darn tootin'. We're gonna have to figure this out. I gotta do a quick audit. Yeah. Okay, let me show you the last room I did. It was Riftward Quay. Right here, okay? So that means I've done 42. Wait, let's do this, okay? So 6 times 5, that's 40, right? Oh my gosh, this is not oh no, 8 times 5. What's 8 times 5? That's 40, right? Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so it's 8 times 5 rows left. So that's 5 rows I've done, right? 1, 2, 3. Sorry. This is how much coffee I have of my first cup of the day. So my math ain't mathin' right now, okay? So I've done 40 rooms, right? But on here, it shows I have 4 left, which means I've done 42. So that means there's 2 that I've missed, for sure. I think I might have missed these. Okay, I think I found the ones I might have missed. That was easy. I don't know why I missed them. Let's see here. Treasury. Yeah, I don't know why I missed them. Weird. I know, I've only filled 5 out, though. I'm trying to math out how many I've done. I found the 2 I've missed. Sorry about that, everyone. My brain was just not working. This one and this one were 2 I'd missed. I remember why I skipped these earlier, because each of them had a win, and I had to skip around them to do it later. So I put them off, and I was going to put them in a later row and forgot. So guess I'll just mix them in over here somewhere. That's fine. So I'm going to start here with this one. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Yeah, this one's going to be a split image right here. That's the only thing I need to do in this one. That's done. By the way, I did a few more labels over the week when I had some time with the misses. We went through and just found a few and started doing them. These are so cool. They work great. Basically, you could be walking around in first person or using your camera, zoom in. These go right to the listing. I'm not rickrolling. These are straight up resources. Hey, Ginger Power, I didn't see you ask me earlier how I was doing, and I appreciate you asking. I apologize. I missed that. So, how are you doing? Oh, wait. You did tell... I did ask you. So, you asked me. I'm great, and I appreciate you asking. Sorry for being such a putz. Okay. Let's go into... Now that we figured out which maps are missing, I need to take care of those first. Get them out of the rotation as soon as possible. So I don't forget. So let's do Jolt Station first. So let's get the top down, because that's the easy one. My mic stands right in front of part of my screen where I type. I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Okay. Jolt Station. Got it. Roan, by the way, I really enjoyed your map in the Dam Challenge. Really great entry. So I've got this big mic boom arm, and I have a widescreen in front of me, like one of those ultra wide monitors, and it's got a split display. So half of it is DA, and the other half of it is like stream feed. And then on the right, I have a vertical screen that is all my chat. And basically, this arm gets in the way during the stream only. And when I'm gaming, I'm usually only using half the screen. The other side is like mostly just... like, it's the stream video feed that I'm missing out on, or I can't see, like, a corner of it. But when I'm typing in like, a weird file, you know, prompt, that is buried behind it, so it gets difficult to see. I also have to reach under my mic to type, which is kind of, you know, a little bit... it just gets in the way. It constrains my movement. But I love this mic, even though I've had it, like, 8 years, and I think it's on its way out the door. It is dying. No game tonight, Sam? Well, you know what? I appreciate you being here. Hey, Coco, how are you? Never again. Never again. Am I, gonna make the mistake of using your username? By the way, I will ping you a little bit later today with your gift card. I usually take, you know, Saturday and Sunday to try and get a little bit of family time in and relaxation. But, and speaking of Dam Challenge, I'll put the Siege Challenge info and whatnot in the Dam Challenge channel a little bit later today. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. You're going to be playing D&D soon. Everyone, go to Coco's house. Okay, I like this fountain. Trying to not get all this stuff, but actually, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to take pictures of. There's like interesting stuff all around, but I got to get like a good shot, and the map's in a weird framing. I would definitely want to get a shot of this. It's a good centerpiece, right? You're playing Strixhaven? Which school are you? Or which, you know what I mean? Are you Slytherin or Hufflepuff? No, I'm just kidding. Are you Quandrix or are you Lorehold? Lorehold's good, especially if you are playing. Is this a long-term game or are you like a data type person? Yeah, Lorehold's the way to go. It gives you really good cross-sectional, like, it because of the what is it, Lorehold Initiative or whatever, Strixhaven Initiate, like, the half feet you get and, like, all the stuff you get as part of the school. It is so good. Basically, you can take Sacred Flame as, like, any... I'm pretty sure that's the one. Lorehold has Sacred Flame in it, right? Anyway, and then the spells you get as it scales are just so exponentially powerful. I played a Lorehold build before, but it was forever ago. I can't remember it. I just remember I was picking between all the schools forever, and that's what I ended up doing. Get a shot of this. This looks really clean. You can kind of see the line there. I really want to, like, show that this is... Maybe I could get over this? Oh, I liked the angle. The angle made it more cool. Honestly, what I hear about Strixhaven, people either hate it or they love it. Mostly it's DMs that hate it because of one single spell. Everyone knows what I'm going to say. What's the spell? Silvery Barbs, everyone. DMs hate it because of this one trick. Silvery Barbs. Silvery Barbs is statistically the most hated DM spell. Or the spell that DMs hate the most. But just tell your DM if you're using it, they can use it if they have casters too. And this is the thing. I don't understand why they hate it when they're just... It's not you, them versus you. If you use a clever way to get around things, it is a very powerful spell, though. Don't get me wrong. It is. It is. Anyway. Oh, Vortex Warp? Yes, I love Vortex Warp. Good spell. Such a cool spell. So, once you get to level 11 as an Artificer, you put Vortex Warp in your spell storing item, and then you can pass it around the party, and everyone can Vortex Warp each other. So, like, I would give it to my, my steel, guardian, my steel companion, and he would teleport everyone all around, or a healer would use it to teleport people to them to heal them. Porthole. Yeah, no, portal. Vortex Warp. So, yeah, are you an Artificer, Frauby or Frau? Because I could give you lots of ideas. Okay, what subclass? Let's talk about this. It's time to learn that Mac likes Artificers. Prepare for an info dump, everyone. I feel like this would look cool if it was night. Armorers are OP. They get so strong. See, the thing is you don't even really need to dip into rogue if you play your artificer right with certain infusions. You know what I mean? Like I've seen artificers like able to get higher stealth checks and like more proficiencies than than a rogue. Obviously, rogue has more expertise options, but when it comes to tools, you can expertise in everything. That sounds so cool, Roan. So tell me about your artificers. Tell me about your characters, actually. Let's hear about your player characters, everyone. What's your favorite right now? I'm gonna make it night. Take this last picture. You know, the light adds an element here that I didn't see before. That actually looks really cool. Kind of center that. Everyone's just furiously typing right now. So I have an armorer artificer that has a broom of flying, and it is an insane combination. Kenku Gunslinger sounds really cool, Sam. So I love to use Artificer's skills to like blow my DM's mind. So like Artificer has an ability called Magical Tinkering, which is essentially kind of a it's not as powerful as Prestidigitation in some ways, but in other ways it is much more powerful. It's kind of an Artificer-specific Prestidigitation. Hey, welcome, Matthew David. We're talking about everyone's favorite player character. So what is your favorite character in a campaign that you've played in or that you're playing in? Let's hear about it. Loading the map back up. Hey, Watchtower, how you doing, buddy? So what I like to do is use magical tinkering in interesting ways. One time I was in a game and we ran into these really cool like symbols on the wall. And the symbols were like neat, intricate symbols that like I thought were important to the story. And I thought, you know, we should copy these down. And the DM said, well, if you do that, you guys are going to have to do a long rest because there's tons of symbols. And I just said, okay, well, what if I use magical tinkering to essentially photocopy the symbols onto paper? Because you can like do images onto like a paper or a parchment. You could draw text, you could do images. So I just would look at a section and I just say, I want to copy all those images from this 5-foot section and this whatever onto this paper. And I used all my charges of magical tinkering to copy the whole wall in like 5 minutes. And it was cool. It was an interesting use of magical tinkering. Another time I used magical tinkering to tinker ball bearings into different colors. So I would make one red, one yellow, and one green. And each one of them had a meaning. And I would release the magic on them at range. No, my Steel Defender, though, was pretty cool. So basically, I'd have someone hold the ball bearings, and what I would do is if I knew like there was, if I'd tell them I was arriving safely, or if there was a problem, I'd release the magic on whichever one, you know what I mean? Or I'd infuse something else and it would release it on the oldest one. So you could do it in a certain order. Or if you only did one, then someone thousands of miles away would get simply a basic message. You're like, yeah, I arrived safely. Something like that, you know? Anyway, getting back into building. Hey, kid, welcome back. Are you gonna be... You gonna be on your best behavior today? My steel defender essentially was kind of looked like a warforged. He stood on two legs, and he had a huge compartment in his chest that is like, you know, those old trunks for traveling that would stand up and you'd open them and they could hang your clothes and stuff, like something you'd see in Harry Potter or whatever. He had one of those in his chest, kind of like Bender. And he would basically store my clothing and like my trinkets and tools and stuff in there. And his head was an anvil that was up, like the horn of the anvil was up in the air and his eyes were on the bottom. And his back was a workbench and the back of his head was a functional anvil. So when I wanted to work during downtime or fix armor, he'd get down on all fours and I'd use his back as a workbench or a table and fix armor or craft stuff on the go. Plus, he could go down onto all fours and I'd ride him like a mount. I was a changeling, and changelings, now in Mordekainen's the new Mordekainen's book, allows them to shift their size. So I'd shift from medium to small, and then I'd ride my steel defender as a mount. And the steel defender never tires because it's a construct. So essentially, I could ride it for hours. Monsters of the Multiverse, Bane, thank you. Thank you, buddy. So basically, I was a changeling who had tons of clothing and tools and stuff with me at all times, and I'd ride around on this steel defender that essentially it was like an Autobot. It would go from standing form to running form. I think I got pictures of it somewhere. If people wants to see it, I will find them. But if there is no interest, I understand. Oh my gosh, I remember his name now. His name was Trunk. So that's Trunk in battle mode, right? There's Trunk's, like, chest opened up. I forgot about this. It's been so long. Storage mode. I forgot I made these. I think the DM I was playing with wanted examples, so I sent that to them. I sent this to them so he would understand what I was talking about. Workhorse mode. So here he can be like a workbench, a table, or a mount. And he's got dumps like a truck there, I guess. But I essentially envisioned his chest as something like this. We're going to cover that up. But did anyone ever watch Regular Show? I don't know. My kid loved that show. Some people may have watched it here. Some people may not, depending on your age group. But the character's loosely inspired as the guardians of the formats, of obsolete formats. Y'all make me laugh. Anyway. But yeah, that was one of my Artificer builds some time ago. Thinking a portal. Should put up a sign that says, "Caution, do not touch portal. We are not responsible for lost children." Yeah, this has been available in DA for a while. You just type portal. It's called a moon gate. It's like a Stargate, basically. Cue Stargate music now. Dun 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 dun. We go through gates and blow up stars, and that's the show. Right? Legally. We are. What is that from Futurama when they do the Lollipop Guild? You know what I'm talking about, right, Bane? We are close to, but legally distinct from the Lollipop Guild. Oh my gosh, I hope someone knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so the fountain. We gotta find that one. Kind of looks like this one. Nope, it's not that one. Well, heckin' junk. Which fountain is that? Not that one. Am I blind? Let's try font. Not that one. It looks a lot like this one. Nope, you're right. It is this one. I was looking at the wrong angle. See, I saw this sharp edges, and yep, I was dumb. It was this one. I was right the first time. I was wrong. I was absolutely correctly incorrect. Also, the color changes on it kind of threw me for a loop. Let's change it to purple. What do these other colors do? Oh, gotcha. There we go. You know, Bane, probably. Okay, so we've got it one room down. Only took me 35 minutes. I am such a good builder. Mac the Builder. Nibbler eats everything. Nibbler. Leela in that episode. I want to be a witch. What's Sculpey, Roan? Is that like a 3D sculpting app? Sounds cool. Okay, we got one room down. We gotta move over here. We're gonna do this room next. We're gonna save. We're gonna open up another map that is a winner. Oh, okay. Cool. So old school sculpting. None of this new school, fangled dangled digital stuff all these kids are talking about. That's awesome, Gore. Honestly, like I could talk about character builds or like theory crafting all day. I have this dream build where I want to just take a single level dip uh into a warlock as an artificer. And the only reason I do it is so I can get the genie pact, and then the genie gives you the bottled respite, which is like a pocket dimension at level 1 that you can like put in a ring or any inanimate object you want. And essentially, I'm thinking, make a homunculus, give the homunculus like a little ring or something that has the pocket dimension, and Mr. Homunculus can like just fly because he doesn't get tired. And then I can like work in the pocket dimension like a little portable like workshop and storage place. Because it's like a 30-foot diameter or something and 20 feet tall. It's a pretty big space. Like there's a lot of room in there. You could do a lot of damage in there. Are you all familiar with what I'm talking about? The pocket dimension. It's like essentially, it's called bottled respite. It's like a first level ability you get as a warlock genie. It's actually not warlock level. Proficiency. Or PB or whatever, what do they call it? Yep, so it goes up as you go up. So at the beginning it's not a lot of hours, but it does still go up as you level in any level. You get up to like 8 hours, I think, or something. 10. And technically, you could take people in with you if you're like carrying them or like holding them or like they're on your back. It doesn't really say, it just says you enter, and that doesn't like anything you're carrying would be part of that, I would assume. On your back, your clothes. But you cannot take like a bag of holding inside because that would be, bad. So basically that. Yeah, they would stay. You could keep them there. You could keep prisoners. Another thing I was thinking of doing was building a cell inside and just filling it with zombies, right? Filling it just to the brim with zombies. And then you can actually infuse a new item with it, and then it will release the old one. So like you could gift it to somebody, like, or put it in a hoard of items that you leave somewhere, and then if like you release that item as your respite and then make a new one, and then everything that was inside of it gets shunted out to the side. So you could fill it with, say, acid, or fill it with zombies or something, and then shunt them out as like an early attack or like a distraction or something. It's a neat little, I don't know, I'm kind of lame like that. I think of stupid, dumb ideas like that all the time. I'm kind of one of those players that DMs like start hating. Like peasant railgun type player. I don't come up with stupid stuff that level, but stupid to a degree. I was planning to build like a whole portable fortress inside of one, like laying a foundation, building everything inside at the edges, and then shunting that out when we find a place to live. And so it'd be all pre-made, and then I'd just have a little tower. My DM's like, no. So 20-foot radius, okay? Radius is actually from one side across. So it's 20 feet from the center. That means it's 40 feet across, right? 20 feet high. So technically you could do 2 small floors, right? Or have shelves with storage and stuff. It's a big space. It's not a tiny space. I mean, something like this. You know, that's like basically what this is. You know what you could do? Tie a bunch of spears to a table and then animate the table and then just let it go to town. Okay, I need some good pictures here of this map. And there's so many good, interesting spots. So I need to pick 3 good shots and pick some items. Let's see here. This statue is a good one, right? The knight statue. We could also do the force sphere. Couple things like that. I want to get a shot of that like radio antenna thing, so I'm going to go into first person, pop a token down here, and we'll look up at it. That actually looks pretty cool. Like, isn't that a nice shot? Try something though. Make it darker. Oh, yes. That looks good. I think it's spelled like that. If I don't get it right, I'll fix the name later. Top down really quick. I always forget the export hotkey. I'm just like really... Did I get it right? Ah, I spelled it wrong. Darn. Let me rename it. It's mold raw. Okay. No, wait. I don't know. No, I guess I did it right. I don't know. I confused myself. It doesn't matter. It's spelled. It's done. Hey, see you later, Watchtower. Appreciate you being here. There it is. Mold raw. Kind of like rolled doll. Oh, your name's Rolf All? Sort of like Roald Dahl? Go to hell. This is cool. Get a shot of this. There a ladder? Yes. Up, up, and away! I think I'm gonna have to switch to a cinematic camera. I'm gonna find a good shot that doesn't push me out the side. This little... I'm gonna have to move that. Piece of curtain's getting in my way. Sometimes to get the good shot, you gotta move some objects around. You can always move them back, you know? Not the end of the world. Not as wide of a shot as I'd like. Okay. A few shots. Let's back out of this, go back to the map. Was working on. Oh, nice, Sam. How they coming? Hey, see you, Swifty. Everyone's on break today. It's Monday, so everyone's working. I get it. Y'all are prioritizing making money instead of making maps. Last week, someone was asking if we'll be getting TikTok streams coming more regularly. And yes, I've been working on a way to loop in TikTok and Instagram into the feed. So that's some good news. Also, I would like to point out that we have a very special event coming up on the 24th. The creator of Dungeon Alchemist and our lead artist, Wim the Hare, visual lead is what you would call him, I guess. He is going to be present on one of our Discord streams, an office hours stream is what we call it. Every Wednesday, I host a stream where we hang out and chit-chat, discuss up-and-coming Dungeon Alchemist news, teasers. We set aside a slice of time to get your feedback and suggestions, and I take diligent notes. Also, during that time, we provide live support. It's just a great way to hang out, get to know your fellow community members, hang out with staff members, get live support, and share your feedback. What I was going to say, though, is if you're interested in participating, here's a link to the event. You can RSVP, click interested, whatever. Make sure you check this out. It would be Wim. Wim is amazingly, he loves to leak stuff. He loves to share and tease the community with content. Almost every time I've had him on the stream, he shares a load, like a pile of leaks. So if you're interested in seeing some up-and-coming content for the next update, that'll be the thing to consider. You know, like, definitely consider coming to that event, because more than likely he'll show something you haven't seen yet about the new update. Or maybe even tell us more about our next update. Okay, let's see here. That was called City. I'm going to rename that. Stop. Oops. Want that. And save. Okay. I wanted to put one of the statues. I also think this throne would be kind of cool. That chair. Look at the thrones. Not any of those. Stone. That, right? Thank you very much. Mrs. Mac just topped off my coffee. He's a saint. Seymour! Seymour! Heard him jingling around. Come on. Hi to everyone. Come say hi. Oh my gosh, you don't need to stare at Mom longingly. That handsome little face. He is a mama's boy. Seriously. Sometime, like about 2 months ago, he just became attached to her at the hip. And like now, anytime she goes somewhere, he has to go. Okay, you can go get Mom. I know you're looking for her. Yeah, I'll get her. He's a cutie, though. Honestly, we adopted him from a shelter, and they're not 100% certain of his breed. They said he's likely some sort of doodle mix. Um, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think he's part. Um, I think he's part dachshund and part. If I'm being straight up honest, like he doesn't act like a poodle. He acts more like a terrier, and he looks like a small, like a wire hair terrier, like a little, like a Harrier terrier. I don't know, but he could be a poodle. He could be any number of things. But he acts like he kind of is long like a dachshund, and he thrashes and burrows and like does things that dachshunds and terriers do, but then he's incredibly sharp and witty, kind of like a poodle. So he might have a little bit of all three or any combination, but he's a very good boy. All I know is he's 100% cutie. That's all we know. 100% goobs, as we call him. Goobs boy. It's down. It's not over the wall. Okay, I think we've got some good representation here for this build. I'm gonna save this. Save it again because I get paranoid. I want to make sure the first save actually worked. You know what I mean? So I was thinking of putting like a small little concession stand here, similar to this, but smaller, like a fraction of the size. Something like that. And then I'll use... Bless you! Right? No. Honestly, Seymour is like, the unofficial stream mascot, but at the end of the day, it's always Hendrik, you know what I mean? Hendrik is like the man. Do a thin tent wall. That one's taller. That ought to be a little bit easier. Oh, I can't change the color of that one. That one. There we go. Looks pretty good. Okay, so what kind of food should we have in the concession stand? Cheese, that's a good one. So it is it's a museum, right? So we don't want anything too crazy. Wine and cheese sounds pretty classy. Hey Dyson, how are you? Little wine and cheese social. Get your commemorative skull chalice. What I think I'll do. Close up one side like this. With a visible wine rack. That, or I could tuck them underneath like that. This. I'm gonna rate this like a skosh. And that way I can push it in. It actually blends really good with the shelving. Doesn't that look really good? Goodness. Sometimes things are just too perfect in DA. I'm gonna fix this back. Little ripperoni there. Oh, and I noticed that one's he turned around. A gate could work. They just seem kind of imposing. You know what I mean? Like they're like locked, or you know what I mean? I guess we could do like a freestanding something. Okay, so we got wine here. Should I put cheese on this side, or should I put cheese? I'm gonna need a cutting board and cheese wheels, right? But we could put cheese in like these little shelves here. My coffee smells good. I need a sip of it, but it was too hot. Perfect. was just thinking, we have those nice little, like, corner shelves, right? This. Oh, it goes the other way. Need to find something to put on there. Think about it for a minute. But, because I need glasses. We need cups in here somewhere, right? Guess I could just put them in this section. Oh, that's smart, Gore. That worked pretty good for you. See, I just don't like my coffee more watered down than it already is. And I don't mind it a little hot. I just gotta wait for the right balance. There's some vinaigrette. Or oil. Oh man, that's a whole level of extra work that I'm not prepared for. I think I'm going to put a couple of these cups up. They're commemorative special cups that you can pay extra for. You know, like when you go to the theater and they have like the cool, like special edition stuff? Some crackers? Maybe some bread. I don't have any crackers, I don't think. We'll check. So, you get this one as the normal cup, right? Or you could pay a little bit extra to get the commemorative skull chalice. So you can flex on all your friends. Much better. Little custom bottle. Dyson gets it. Asmodeus, do we even have crackers? Or hear me out. The commemorative cup could be this one, the helmet of drinking. I'm gonna put one of these on display over here. This is the absolute top tier. My goodness, some of you are way too good at drinking coffee and alcohol. You guys got lots of tips about drinking stuff, and I'm like, such a novice coffee drinker. Here, look at this thing through the gate. I have an idea for that, okay? I was going to address that. Trust me here. Really hard to find the edge, though, so... What do you think? Does that look good? Let's look at it in FP mode. Actually, let's save first. I've been doing a lot of little hand work. Oh, the save's taking a moment. Ooh, that's got me nervous. Okay, I'm gonna pop a token in there. Helmet needs to be moved back a little bit, but overall, this drink here, this here, there, a little bit back, shrink it down. I like it. Okay, a few things we need. Okay. Why can't I find the pen? Am I crazy right now? Ink jar? Okay, yeah, I guess that's why I can't find it. So yeah, basically the shelf, at the angle I'm at, the plate wouldn't go any deeper, right? In where I wanted. And so what I did is I just raised it up like a millimeter. A millimeter. And once it's been raised up, even the slightest bit, you can move it along that axis to wherever you want. I wanted it just showing just over the edge, and then I just held shift every time I placed it, so it automatically duplicated at that exact height, at that exact point on the axis. essentially quickly filled that spot up. I'm just kind of pretending those are receipts or whatever or something. And then I was going to put a plate over, like, in one of the windows. Put some cheese on it. Do we have... Yeah, that'll work. It's huge, but you get the idea. So once it's raised up, it's no longer constrained by the surfaces of other objects, meaning you can shove the object into the side of a wall, for instance, or inside of something, kind of merge it in. If that makes sense. The other thing too, watch, I'm gonna raise this just the littlest bit. And then I'm gonna copy it. Now this one's raised up there. I don't have to do anything special. It's already at that height. It'll stay at that height. I don't need to find the little tiny point on the top where it'll fit. Does that make sense? Check it from this angle. Now we have... Let's look at the bread option, see if anything jumps out. We could do a croissant or a pretzel. Croissant? Am I saying that right? Are we not fancy here, Dyson? I'm just kidding. I actually don't have enough room to add more stock. So, we're good. That, or I could delete one of the wine ones. We got plenty of wine, right? What I'll do is I'll move all these cups. There's more wine in the basement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move... I'm going to put bread and croissants here on the food side, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it. We'll keep all the cups and wine on this side, except for those big, huge the mug or the helmets on this side. I guess I could put the helmets on the other side too. Put another cutting station for bread. Why do I put so much effort into these little things? See, that's the problem with me when it comes to building. I spend so much time focusing on little minutia that most people don't really care about at the end of the day. See? We care. I'll have spent one day out there. There's my bread basket. You guys are making me lose my marbles. Okay. Real question is, I don't have a cut croissant, so how do I simulate that? No! I'm gonna try something real quick. Nope, didn't work the way I thought. Thought I could, like, obscure it. Just gonna sink the croissant. Be, like, buried. It looks cut. That's the best I can do. Okay, moving on. That could work, too. Let me save first. Hendrik, please don't crash Dungeon Alchemist. We did it! There we go. Or, I got an idea. I'll just make it small. That's the cut croissant. It's small. There we go. So we've got a little setup here. Good to go. I'll probably do a poster later because I don't have one made at the moment, so I'll have to make something, some art. That's like, this is, you know, price of cheese, wine, bread, whatever. The different cups. We technically can't sell wine at this location. We don't have a liquor license, so you buy the cup and then we just fill it with wine as a bonus. So when I was younger, the pet store I got a turtle when I was younger, and the pet store I went and got it from, they didn't sell turtles. They sold turtle food, turtle aquariums, all the stuff to get a turtle, and then if you bought like a pack of stuff to get a, you know, a starter pack, they'd give you a free turtle. Does that make sense? So basically that's how they circumvented the law, was by giving you a free turtle. Oh my gosh, where I grew up, they had the most ridiculous, like, liquor laws. Like, so liquor can only be sold in certain stores in the state I grew up in. Liquor stores, like state-run liquor stores. They can't be sold at like grocery stores. The only thing you can buy at like a grocery store is just like beer. And then, like in some places, you know, they shut down bars at a certain point, but they do it really early. And the alcohol content in the state is pretty much half of what it is in all other states. So like these companies have to make like a custom brew just for this state. And then what's the last thing? Let's see, what was the other one that is really crazy? Anyway, they have like a whole bunch of really weird rules and laws when it comes to drinking there. In like places that sell alcohol have to have food as well. So like their bars also usually will have like food no matter what, and you have to order food with it. So it's like, I don't know, even if you weren't hungry, in some places you have to order food. Or at least that's how it was when I was growing up. Does this look good though for a little concession stand? Drinks, cheese. Like Washington State? Nice. I have... Do you want to hear my most irrational fear? Like, earthquakes are pretty terrifying, right? And I don't know why, but I'm terrified of the Northwest Territories in the US because I feel like they're long overdue for like a crazy earthquake. And I don't mean to sound scary or be a doomsayer, but when I was younger, I experienced one when I was in California, and ever since then I've been like super, super terrified of them. And I've never experienced like a crazy one, but like up in that area, apparently it's like long overdue for one. It's my irrational fear. I worry about traveling to places if they have an earthquake inbound, potentially. There's an area called the Cascadia Subduction Zone off the coast of the Pacific Northwest that is essentially a huge fault line that could just shift and drop and cause like a massive earthquake and tsunami level event that could essentially sink most of like those states into the ocean. And it's actually happened before. There's archaeological evidence of it, and they know where the fault line is. And yeah, anyway. I'm terrified of earthquakes. It's a silly fear. I'm not terrified of wild animals. I'm not terrified of the dark. You know what I mean? But I'm terrified of earthquakes. I don't know what it is. See, I've never, like, tornadoes are really not a common thing where I live, like, so I'm not too worried about those. I'd be more worried about, like, a massive flood where I live, or, like, honestly, I feel like Vegas is more prone to, like, a terrorist attack than it would be, say, like a natural disaster, short of, like, flooding. So I was in California visiting my family during the big quake, and that's kind of like why in the 90s. I mean, it's a big city, lots of large buildings. Oh, man, people are terrifying too. I usually give them the benefit of the doubt, though. I think y'all are pretty awesome. I don't want to be afraid of you, so Dyson, I try to hide my fear from you. Are you secretly commander of a vacuum or maybe a Dyson sphere? You were in Santa Cruz? Dang, Gore. Yeah, Santa Cruz is kind of where my wife grew up. Near there. But the archaeological evidence in those areas is kind of neat. They found a whole patch of trees that are just like dead, that all died at the exact same time, and they were like, what happened to these trees in the archaeological record? And essentially, they all died from saltwater poisoning immediately. So that whole edge of a cliff of a forest dropped off into the ocean, done, and killed like a whole section of forest and petrified it, and then that's how they know this happened in that area. Hey, gaming related, welcome back. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're making a gallery today to show off all the various winners of the Dam Challenge, which is an ongoing map making contest we host here on stream and in Discord. I just made a little, I guess a snack concession booth, if you will. Oh my gosh, I just noticed there is a gap here that's different from this side. I'll fix this. Okay, now it's equal. My OCD is going to be okay. Give me 2 seconds to fix this. I didn't realize there was an unequal gap. Oh yeah, the caldera is definitely... Honestly, like, the US is long overdue for, like, a series of mega natural disasters. Let's see here. So, I will say that at this point, it's looking to be, like, mid to late May is probably the best estimate I can give for our community. So, you know, up to a month and a half from now is kind of the tentative window at this point, at this juncture. I actually had a meeting with Wim just before stream, and we were talking about Magic and some plans for, you know, the release. And yeah, I'm excited to see how that's going to progress. Very cool, to say the least. But that's when we talked about kind of that window, that time frame. So yeah, I got good. That's good news, I guess. I wouldn't quote me on that, you know. Oh, Max said it's gonna come out the 15th of May. No, I said maybe mid-May to end of May is a window, a tentative window. I would say at best there's no for sure launch date until, you know, they say so. Anyway, oh, these videos are recorded, my friend. I vote for May 51st. I really just like to, you know. That's your birthday? May 29th? Well, happy early, almost birthday. Okay, now we made a little concession stand. I feel like I added something interesting to the build today. I want to put a stage back here but I think I'm going to wait on the stage because we are already like 2 away from filling out the last 2 rows. So I'm going to have to extend this soon anyway, so I'll probably put the stage in the next section. So I'm going to wait on that. Basically, we have 46 out of 48 done, so there's only 2 left. That's insane. Gonna save, and then we're gonna open up another map. Oh my gosh, isn't tomorrow Dune 2 is coming out, digital release and rental? It's not streaming or the physical release, if I'm not mistaken, but it's digital release and digital rental. So, you know, if you're hyped for that. Should be tomorrow. If it isn't, I am gonna freak out. So I set aside a block of time to go see the movie at my local drive-in, because we go to drive-in theaters because my wife is immunocompromised and it's like a whole thing to go to a movie. We just rather not risk it just to see a movie. So we either wait or go to the drive-in. The drive-in had Dune 2. The speakers in the back of my car were blown because... So romantic. I mean, they're just fun. We enjoy it. We make it a family event. We bring our dog in the car and we have all our snacks and we enjoy it. But they were playing Dune and I was like, okay, we'll go see it next week. Okay, it was in the drive-in theater for 2 weeks and they pulled it, even though it's still in theaters, like nationwide, worldwide, still playing in theaters. Okay, and then they replaced it with Kung Fu Panda, which they still have playing now at the theater, and Kung Fu Panda's already out for digital release. It's so confusing to me. Drive-ins are very inconsistent with how long they keep a movie on site. And so it ruined my plans to see Dune 2 in the theater. I never got to see it. It was kind of frustrating. But it is what it is. So tomorrow, hopefully, I get to see it. I'm going to unsub from that one. Unsub from that one, because we already did those 2. Let's do this one from Random Ladybird. Allegedly, it was supposed to be out on the 1st, but then they pushed it back, or the 2nd. So, it could change. But yeah, I'm hoping it comes out tonight. Tomorrow, you know? Sorry, I've always been a big fan of Dune, and I feel like the first movie just flopped really hard because it was kind of like... You either had to be a mega fan of Dune, and it was just... The way it was filmed and stuff was a little weird, and you may have not enjoyed it fully for the era. And it getting like a rehash, you know... Like, it's being redone and done well is exciting for me. Another show I'd like to see, like, movies done again or, like, expanded upon is Stargate, or TV show expanded upon is Stargate. Like, the TV show was great. I wish it got more movie treatment. You know what I mean? Big budget film treatment. This map is so... So, I mean, I'm talking like the 1980s Dune movie, right? With Sting in it. Like, it's the people who love it, and the people who hate it, hate it. It's one of those movies you either love it or you hate it. There really is kind of a contrasted community with it. There really isn't like, it's not like everyone loves it or everyone hates it. It's kind of a 50-50. Then there was like the Dune miniseries and stuff like that Sci-Fi did. Yeah, exactly. They got to get a good amount of movie or a mini series to cover it. So I'm very excited for that. Like, these movies seem to be doing it justice. Like the 80s movie crammed 3 books into one movie, right? And we're actually getting, or 2 books into one movie, and we're getting, each book is a movie, essentially. Yeah, it has to have the Lotro treatment for sure. Personally, though, I feel like when Peter Jackson did the Hobbit movies, right? He did 3 movies for a 1 book, and then all the other Lord of the Rings books got 1 movie for each book. Should have been the same all the way across the board. I'm not familiar with Star Trek Discovery. Uh, Honestly, like, I haven't been keeping up with a lot of modern TV shows unless like it's something I'm like super interested in. Is it a new series from Star Trek? Because I was not even familiar with it. I feel so sad. There's just so much media nowadays. Hey, Sayron, how you doing? See, I honestly have never been a huge fan of Star Trek. Like, I've watched it here and there, but yeah, I've never like I followed along with it. So I probably sound really silly right now. I watched the newer movies and I watched the older movies with my dad when I was a kid. So they do time travel and Discovery. Interesting. But then wouldn't that mean they're pretty much in a diverted timeline that doesn't exist in the main canon? Because that's how time travel is represented in Star Trek universe, isn't it? Like, it's a split timeline every time. Because didn't they do that in the new movies? Or maybe I misunderstood the whole new movie concept. Time travel for everything. Fossil Temple. Really want to get a good shot of this spiral. Something like that. Interesting. Sorry if this is making you motion sick. The camera gets a little wonky sometimes. One more shot. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to pick a couple things here. Okay, so this little spiral's iconic, but it's a bunch of stones, which means I'd have to lay them out in a spiral. I could do that. There are animals, but I don't want to trap an animal, you know? The bridge could be a part of it. I need to pick 2 objects, so I'm thinking the bridge and the spiral is probably the best bet for objects. Animals are animatronic? No, they're just trapped, what are they, forest pals or whatever? Happy tree friends. This little stoat, a mink, put in a little trap cage, and it's stuck forever. Got this cool, like, gnarled tree stump we could use. Alrighty. We'll figure it out. Nope, you're right, Bane. It's pretty much more about time travel than it is about space travel at some points. Should be time trek. Am I right? What was this one called again? Spiral Temple or something? Fossil Temple. My brain ain't braining at the moment. Not perfect. I could take an image of the map and put it on an abstract there, but that would take a lot of work. You know what I mean? So what I could do is take like something like this, right? And edit out a section of it and put it there, but this is just a fun little I did it my way. What do you mean, Care? How you doing, buddy? Darn. I was trying to put some water there, but no matter what, the barrel is going to be... It's crazy, right? Oh, can't get the water no matter what I do. Oh, it's going to look funky. Oops. Anyway. Oh well. It was not meant to be. Yeah, it's just more work than I want to do right now for a single room. That's a good enough representation. Now I need one more thing in here, which was going to be the bridge. The bridge is kind of big. Put that on the other. Along with the bump out. Alrighty. Looking good. Save this map. Alrighty. Alrighty. We've now got... I'm going to leave this room blank on this side. So we have 3 rooms left. 3! Insane. And we just did this one, so let's unsub from that one. Cartographer, look familiar? This thing's getting massive, I don't know. 321 megabytes. Thing's a monster. It's mostly because a combination of assets and images. And I'm not even done yet. I got a lot of images to go because each room's going to have a QR code. And I'm going to extend it another row at some point. I'll probably just put the stage in. Oh, I totally could export it as a video image. Yeah, I probably could optimize the images. I have them all screenshotted, saved somewhere, so what I could do is go through and optimize them, make them like a fraction of their size, and then put them back in, which will shrink it down probably by about half when all said and done. I'm literally just taking the screenshots and plugging them in. I haven't done any optimization at all. The assets, though, that I'm putting in, I'm going to have to deal with some of them. They're rather large. Like, back here, we put in this blimp, and I think that thing's like 100 megabytes or something. Creating templates in Affinity for creating them. What do you mean, Ron? The map already is huge, too, and it's only going to get bigger. 80 by 50. But yeah, each one of these rooms is a past winner. And there'll be a map top-down, 3 images, assets from the build, and then the exterior will have a QR code, the name of the map, and the creator. The QR code goes to the Steam Workshop listing. This build has gotten a little bit insane, but it's pretty cool, to say the least. Oh, nice. So it's like so it's pre-set up like a, what do they call it? Like a mask or whatever. Not yet, Cartographer. It will be when it's done. It's nearing completion, my friend. There's still a little bit left. I got to put in 3 more rooms of winners, including yours, because yours is one of the most recent. So I got to finish building it, put in the finishing touches, and then I'll throw it on the workshop. But some finishing touches, there's going to be a lot of little details. Like when I'm done, I'm going to do a top-down export of the map, and I'm going to put graphics that say you are here, so it'll be like a map telling you where you are. I'm going to put in little bulletins and things with Dungeon Alchemist graphics and whatnot. And then each room, like I said before, will have this graphic. So you could go in and take a look, be like, hey, I want to sub to this map. Just take a screenshot of it with your phone. It'll go right to the Steam Workshop listing. If you have the Steam app on your phone, you can just hit sub and you're already subbed to it next time you load DA. Or it'll be right here in the sub section. I'm going to put a stage back here, I think. And then I built this map to be modular, meaning I can expand it as needed. Like it's symmetrical, and I made it so I can expand out these sections pretty easily. I essentially used a quick design that's like the same assets in every room, and then I just alternate the color scheme. Dark in one, white in the other, and so it's essentially just black, white, black. It's like a checkerboard if you look at it, kind of. The other thing, too, is when you're in first person, these hallways feel like long, endless, kind of like liminal spaces. I'm thinking of putting like statues and stuff on the wall to help break up the monotony. Like this. Here we have The Defiled Temple by Jeremy. A beautiful map. But like maybe a bench here and statues here and little things like that. Who was it that did Earth, Planet Earth, and Blue Planet narration? It's, gosh, what's his name? He does so much narration. Topiary would be good. I kind of want to break up the monotony in these hallways. Maybe a painting every once in a while that's like this direction to whatever. Attenborough, David Attenborough, that's right. So paintings that'll say, this will be a map saying you are here. Got little plants and resting areas, benches. I think down at the end of the hall in the dead spaces, we'll put, you know, either statues or displays, maybe cool assets from the Kickstarter. Because there's like these little gaps right here at the ends, or in like in the ends of all of them, pretty much. Here. I might change the painting layout on the other side, because yeah, you see this little weird gap? The painting's on that side over there, so it isn't as big of a gap. So I think I'm going to change the painting layouts of the other ones so they're on the inside edge. But these gaps could be placed for a bench or like a statue or a cool asset from here. Not so much. I think mostly, you know, little bits and pieces to just kind of break up the monotony, but that's going to be it. Maybe some lighting, you know what I mean? All right, everyone. This is... we're actually about 2 minutes away from wrapping up Mapmaker Monday, so I think I'm going to just... we'll start saying our goodbyes. Happy trails to you until we meet again. What got weird? Oh, come on, cartographer. That's not weird. Yeah, the QR code could work really cool that way, too. Yeah, I mean, you could literally set up a stage of rooms and have all the maps for a QR campaign, and people can just scan them and download them. Hey, see you, see you, Dyson. A Bob Ross wig. We just need to put a happy little tree right there. Little happy tree. Okay, so let me go over some quick bits of information, some news. Our next stream will be Wednesday in Discord. That is office hours. This particular office hours is just me by myself, hanging out. But I would love to have you all there. Office hours is a much more laid-back stream than our traditional Mapmaker Monday or DAM streams. But they are designed due in part for me to grab like feedback and suggestions from you. So if you have ideas, feedback, suggestions, complaints, need assistance or support, drop into office hours. It's a good way to get your voice heard. We usually set aside a block of time to discuss individual features in DA and get feedback from the community. I take diligent notes and I pass it on to the devs. So make sure you drop in. Speaking of office hours, a couple weeks from now, we have a very special office hours with Wim. Wim is the creator of Dungeon Alchemist and our visual lead. This link here is to RSVP to that. Make sure you check that out. Wim is incredibly talented artist, and he usually likes to leak information about upcoming updates, stuff that I don't even know. He might tell us what the next update is, or he might share stuff from development that I haven't seen yet. No guarantees, but he's usually infamous for leaking stuff, okay? So those are, you know, a little bit of upcoming info. And lastly, it looks like Hendrik won the poll. For anyone who is interested in the makeship poll. Oh, man. So we got 130 responses. 2/3 of the votes were Hendrik. So it looks like unanimous that Hendrik will be the makeship plushie. When the makeship campaign... Yeah, he kind of is the Tom Holland of DA. Yeah, a little bit, actually. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? No, no, Tom Holland does do major leaks all the time. Um, so, anyway, you got me there, Bane. Yeah, that's right. But make sure you try to make it to those events. Very, very cool thing to stay tuned for. And then that little poll I just showed, basically soon we'll be announcing a makeship campaign where you can order we'll if we raise enough funds, then we'll ship out plushies of Hendrik. There'll be a cute little Hendrik design that Wim is drawing up. So expect maybe we might even see a teaser of that on the stream. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Again, my name is Mac. I'm the community manager of Dungeon Alchemist. I appreciate each and every one of you supporting the stream today, whatever platform you were on, whether you were lurking, actively chatting, or your maps were featured in today's stream. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We'll see you next time I give a damn. Mac out. Bye. Bye.